Now that Special Counsel Mueller has submitted his report to the Attorney General, it's imperative for Mr. Barr to make the full report public and provide its underlying documentation and findings to Congress.
How can I just say this more clearly? Show us the report.
Well, the most important thing that I want to see happen to Mueller's report is that the entire thing, the report and all the underlying documents, be made public. This should be a complete transparent process. Taxpayers paid for this report, and so the public needs to know.
The American people and Congress absolutely need to see the entire report. First of all, the American people paid for it. They deserve to see what the report actually says. And if there's any part that's classified, then at least Congress should be able to see the classified portion.
So we want to be very transparent. So as you know, I declassified everything they want. I put it under the auspices of the Attorney General. He's going to be in charge of it. He's a great gentleman and a highly respected man. So everything that they need is declassified, and they'll be able to see how this how the hoax or witch hunt started and why it started. It was an attempted coup or an attempted takedown of the President of the United States. It should never, ever happen to anybody else. So it's very important. Now, people have been asking me to declassify for a long period of time. I've decided to do it, and you're going to learn a lot. I hope it's going to be nice, but perhaps it won't be.
The move is unprecedented and could lead to a showdown with the secretive intelligence community.
It doesn't make sense, except what this is obviously a very direct, part of a very direct campaign to discredit and to distract attention and to discredit the investigation of the Russian interference in our election.
But the president's use of this, the president's decision, for example, I'm going to release the memo, even though the FBI says it's inaccurate, even though the Department of Justice says it's reckless, and what's more, I've made that decision without even reading it.
I mean, he's doing this because he's ticked off. He's ticked off about this story. He's ticked off that it's ongoing. I think he's a bit...
He's making it ongoing.
I know, but he's also...
Democrats say the Attorney General is doing the president's political bidding.
It's part of the Trump and Republican plot to dirty up the intelligence community.
He wants to undermine Mueller, undermine this report.
That was 3 years ago, and we're still discussing it. So you have to wonder why. You know, this is a president who's running for re-election. He has a booming economy that would be the envy of most presidents. He has campaign promises to keep, some of which involve trade, which involves working with a Democratic Congress, because this is a White House that sees rallying their base as their path to the presidency. So keeping this issue going and keeping it moving and investigating it again, investigating what happened in 2016, keeps his base motivated, and they think that's the way to win and to keep Democrats talking about this, which, you know, some people close to Trump believe keeps them from talking about actual agenda items that, you know, like health.
People want us to do something about the cost of prescription drugs. We got these roads and bridges that are falling apart, and we've got trade deals, which got him elected.
But this president's proposition is, you guys have to make a choice. Investigate me, or let's deal with infrastructure or whatever else you want to deal with. But he's now saying there's a different option on his side. He's saying he'll want to do business with you, but he's also going to investigate why you guys investigated him. How is that going to create any progress?
Well, it's not going to create progress. And you know what? He's the leader of this country.
But at the end of the day, if they declassify this information and we find out that the origins of this investigation are other than what we all believe them to be,
and what Mueller said they were.
What Mueller said they were, what's been widely reported, well, that's, you know, then we have a real news story on our hands.